Hashtag not sponsored. Hello! So today I'm gonna review about Raya and the Last Dragon. This movie was not really marketed that much. It didn't get hyped up until early of this year because Disney was gonna release on Disney Plus, and thankfully Malaysia has reopened their cinemas and you can watch it now in the theater. A moment of silence for other Southeast Asia countries that cannot go to the cinema yet. So without further ado, here's a review of Raya and the Last Dragon, an honest perspective from a Malaysian here in Southeast Asia. As you already know, Disney has a obsession with remakes, sequels, reboots, and it's nice to see an original film that is based on Southeast Asia. You know, the last time that I remember watching an original Disney movie is probably Moana, that's a few years ago. Raya and the Last Dragon has that Avatar The Last Airbender vibe because, you know, Avatar has their nations, and in Raya you have each village that has a specialty in their weapon. And the story is quite simple. It's just Raya trying to retrieve the missing gem pieces and put them back together. Initially, all the villagers were living in peace together until the Fire Nation attack. But yeah, you know, it's nice to see something different from Disney, and it's nice to see Disney putting effort in doing research on the Southeast Asia culture and theme. Since this is a Disney animated movie, the animation is so good. For a Disney movie like this, it's pretty recommended that you watch it in the cinema. The details are just so on point. I still remember the part when Raya hugged Sisu. You can really see how much work they have put on Sisu's fur. Like, it's insane. I swear, with each new Disney animated movie, they just keep getting better and better in terms of quality. Great stuff there. Speaking of Southeast Asia culture theme, I'm sure any Southeast Asia person can see the tons of references inside the movie. One of the most obvious theme is, you know, when the people they turn into stone, they have this pose like offering. This pose actually means you're offering trust, and that is the theme of the movie, which is a pretty great message overall. I also see a lot of Thailand and Laos theme, especially the boat market. The food, the costume is so on point, and Raya's gigantic keris weapon, or kris in Indonesia. This giant keris, like, it can extend. Like, that's so awesome. And just so you know, Raya means celebration in Bahasa Malaysia. Also, Raya's gigantic pet tuk-tuk is a reference to this vehicle in Thailand. It looks like a hybrid between a motorcycle and a car smashed together. It's a very affordable vehicle to get tourists around the city. I'm sure there are tons of other references that I can't name them all. I'm sorry for that. But you know, Disney really did their homework in studying our culture and the theme. So yeah, thumbs up for that. I also like the rivalry between Raya and Namaari. In the movie, you can see this rivalry built from childhood, from the day Namaari betrayed Raya's trust. And the rivalry is quite intense, I would say. The combat is really good as well. The way they fight, I'm pretty sure it's some sort of martial art in maybe Indonesia or somewhere else. I'm so sorry. So yeah, you know, this rivalry really brought these two characters' dynamics, their character growth, in how do they forgive one another, right? And this is another aspect of a good message to everyone who watches the movie. Of course, the movie is not perfect. There are some things that I don't quite like it. So one of the obvious things is I think the movie has too much exposition. Of course, in the beginning of this movie, they had to explain what is this new universe that foreigners are watching. But as the movie goes along, there are still some more exposition here and there, and you know, it just kinda, it's almost draggy but not quite there yet. Speaking of which, I also felt the whole movie actually felt a bit episodic. This is because when Raya goes to retrieve the gem pieces one by one, each village kind of feels like an episode by itself. On top of that, when Raya and Sisu visited each village, there's a new side character that joins the party. The good thing they did about these side characters is that all of them have lost a family member or someone else. But for the baby con artists and the monkeys, and then you have that chief of the hat village, there's nothing wrong with their characters. I just felt that they didn't contribute that much to the overall story. It's like they were just there for the sake of being there. I think if Raya and Sisu traveled with the boat boy, who is the captain of the boat, and also the cook, it would have been a much better character growth for three of them as a party. But I think my main grip about the overall story is just how convenient they retrieve the gem pieces one by one. I know it's a movie for kids, but it's not an excuse to give the characters some challenge. You know, Raya did tell Sisu that the last 3 gems are pretty difficult to get, but I just didn't see much challenge about it. But the worst offender is how Namaari managed to put all the pieces together for this gem dragon, and then she turned into stone at the end because there wasn't enough energy. When all hope seems lost, for no reason at all, the dragon gem came alive and destroyed all the purple monster around the world, and yeah, like for no reason at all. I just felt that it was a very cheap move to pull the emotional strings on your heart. It's almost the equivalent of maybe a jump scare. I think what they should have done better is when Namaari managed to put the pieces together, like you can just see this a little spark before it vanishes. And I also think that Namaari shouldn't be turned into stone, because for her character, she needed to believe, she needed to see for herself on the breakthrough. I think that would have been a better approach, but you know, I'm just a reviewer online. So overall, I thought the movie was just alright, maybe just a little bit overhyped because of Southeast Asia representation. I mean, as a Malaysian, I do appreciate the cultural references and the theme around Southeast Asia, but ultimately the story is just as important. You just can't make a simple story and call it a day. So what's your favorite part about the movie? Let me know down in the comments below of what Raya means in your country. Thanks for watching. I'm Abel and I'm signing out. Bye.